Anything anyone particularly wants to do or work on? Shoulders, hips, lower back, how are you feeling? Shoulders?
Shoulders would be quite good, yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, we'll do that then. Okay, recording. Fabulous. I'll just hit mute. We'll start seated, so come and have a seat then. Bring this a little closer. Okay. So just cross your legs, have a seat, sit nice and tall, rest the hands onto the knees, and then flip the palms so they face up. So you can soften a bit through the palms, drop the shoulders down, take a nice big inhale, and let the shoulders relax on the exhale breath. Take a nice big long inhale, and let it go on the exhale. Just do a few more there, sitting down firm through the seat bones. I'm really lifting through the crown of the head. I'm just going to open these curtains. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Big long breath in. And big long breath out. Take one more there, all the way in. And all the way out. And then interlace the hands behind the lower back. Reach the knuckles away. Feel the collarbones stretch open. Squeeze the shoulders back and down. Lift the chest and maybe push the knuckles into the floor if you can reach the knuckles back to really push against something. So you're pushing down into the ground, lifting forwards through the chest. Maybe lift the chin up to the sky to open into the throat. And then release and let that go. Cactus the arms out to the side. So arms come out at 90 degrees. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders back to open the chest. And as you exhale round, bring the elbows and the hands together, curl through the spine, look inwards. Inhale, open the chest, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, arch and round forwards, elbows and hands together. Inhale, open the chest, draw back, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, arch and round. Two more. So if we're working to open the front of the shoulders, we'll do some passive stuff where it's a gentle opening stretch, but then some more active stuff where we strengthen the back of the shoulders to find more space through the front. On this last one, hold them back. Keep the chest lifted. Look up to the sky. Reach the hands up to the sky. Interlace the hands, make a fist, grow tall, lift up, and then take a side bend over to the right. So big, long stretch through the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, take a big side bend to the left, stretch out through the right. Inhale to center. One more each side, take it over to the right. Inhale through center. And take it over to the left. Last one, lift up. And then take the hands out in front of you, flip the hands so the heels push away. Knuckles face back to you, stretching the heels of the hands away, really round into the spine. And then let the hands go. Turn the fingers out to the side, all the way down. So thumbs are out to the side. I don't know if you can see my hands. Fingertips to the floor. Push the heels of the hands away. So stretch through the forearms. Really try and push the forearms down. Feel that stretch. Maybe round into the shoulders. Look in towards the body. Big breath. And then exhale, let that go. Give the hands a bit of a shake and a wriggle out and just come over to all fours. So hands and knees. Spread the hands and knees nice and wide. Pull in through the waist. Take an inhale, open the chest, look forwards. That should feel quite open now. Exhale, arch and round. So you should feel like there's a good amount of space there. Inhale, look forwards, pull the shoulders down, gaze forwards. Exhale, arch and round. And then we're going to do one more like this, and then we're going to move it back and add a child's pose in. So arch and round. Now from there, stretch back into a child's pose. Inhale, come forwards, open the chest. Exhale, arch and round, slide back into a child's pose. So there's this big circular motion coming forwards, opening the chest, arching the spine, rounding back. One more. So as long as you're moving, it doesn't really matter if it's exactly how I'm doing it, just as long as there's lots of movement through the spine, the shoulders and the hips. Next time you come back to child's pose, rest and reverse. So lift back to all fours, arching through the spine. Open the chest, gaze forwards, and send that back into a child's pose. So arch and round through the spine, lift up through the upper back. Open the chest, open the gaze, send it back into a child's pose. Go one more, arch and round, bringing it forwards. Opening the chest and the gaze, slide it back. And then from there, to all fours, neutral spine, toes tuck, downward facing dog. Lengthening the heels away. Pushing down through the heels, really try and find that length in the calves. So it doesn't matter if the heels don't touch the floor, but the intention is to keep lengthening them down. You almost don't really want them to touch actually, because then there's nowhere else for you to go. So if they're just a little off the floor, that's quite a nice position to be in. Reach your right leg up to the sky. Lift the right leg nice and high. Pull that right knee into the chest. See if you can bring it as far forwards as the elbows. Take that right leg back and up. Big inhale. Big exhale. Pull that right knee in. Just one more. Lift back and up. Pull all the way forwards and in. Step that right foot forwards. Rest the back knee down. Release the back toes. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. So open through that left hip. Move the left hip forwards. Reach the arms back. Open the chest. So really try and think about lifting and lengthening in the side of the waist. Interlace your hands, make a fist, and you're trying to lift that fist up towards the ceiling. So your body's going to lift up, stretch upwards, and then move forwards into that left hip. So breathe in, lift up, light in the body. Exhale, move forwards into that left hip. One more lift. And then release the hands down to the floor. Take the left hand a little bit further out to the left. It's just off the edge of the mat. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, take that right hand, wrap it underneath the left side of the body. So there's a rotation. Inhale, unravel, reach the right fingertips high. Exhale, take that right hand, thread it through and reach. Inhale, unravel, lift. Exhale, take it through and reach. Your last one, we're going to stay reaching up. Reach the right fingertips high, stay there. Now just mobilize through that right wrist. So just give that right wrist a roll around both directions. And then bring the right hand down. Step the right knee back, both hands, both knees. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, pull the left knee into the chest as far forwards as you can. Inhale, stretch it back and up. Exhale, pull in and round. Inhale, stretch back and up. And pull in and round, step forwards. Rest the back knee. Relax the toes to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Breathe in. And then breathe out, moving into that right thigh. Interlace the hands, make a fist. Inhale, lift that fist up towards the ceiling. And exhale, move into that right hip. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Both hands down to the floor. Right hand reaches a little further out to the side. Take the left arm up, lift, inhale. Exhale, take that left arm, thread it through underneath the right side. Inhale, reach and open. Exhale, thread it through and twist. Inhale, reach and open. Exhale, thread through and twist. On the next one, we'll leave that left arm up to the sky. Stretching up, and then just have a mobilize through the left wrist. Give that left wrist a wriggle around. And then bring the left hand down. Take the left knee back. Both hands, both knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. And a breath out. Bring it forwards to a plank. If you can, one straight line, you all can, lower all the way down to the floor so the body reaches the ground at the same time as the knees, the hips, the chest. Toes point back. Inhale, lift the chest, look forwards, hold it here, and hands lift just off the floor. Try and pull the elbows back, pull the shoulders back. Active strength through the back of the shoulders to open through the chest. Big inhale and exhale. Hands to the floor, knees bend. Take it back to all fours. Toes tuck into downward facing dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Lengthen down through the heels. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Sweep the right leg high. Lift the right toes to the ceiling and then pull the right knee into the chest. Step forwards. We'll keep the left knee lifted. High lunge. Take the arms up to the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. So that same intention. When you breathe in, rise a little. And when you breathe out, try and move that left hip forwards. Breathe in, rise. Breathe out, left hip forwards. Breathe in, rise. And breathe out. Hold it here. Interlace the hands. Support the back of the head. Open wide across the chest. Look upwards. Let the elbows stretch out to the sides of the room. Find that space across the collarbones. Holding for 3. Squeeze that left glute for 2. And 1. Back to high lunge. Warrior 2. Right arm forwards, left arm back. Bending into that right knee. So really wide across the arms. And be brave, go wide with that front foot. So take it forwards and then you can really stretch into that warrior 2. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles away from you. As you do that, straighten the right leg, turn the right toes in. So now both toes face the left side of the room, fold forwards, hands reaching up and back behind you, crown of the head coming down to the ground, into your fold. So you're reaching the hands up, opening through the shoulders, soften the knees if you need to. Legs don't have to be super straight. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Exhale. Slowly bring the hands down to the floor and curl up through the spine. So just take your time rounding up through the spine. And as you do that, turn the toes slightly out and the heels slightly in. So toes are turned out rather than in. Bend into a squat. So knees go out to the side. So it's challenging through the inner thighs. Cactus the arms out to the side. Breathe in, pull the shoulders back like we did seated. Breathe out, arch and round, elbows, forearms come together. Breathe in, open the chest, squeeze the glutes, pull the knees out. Exhale, arch and round. 2 more. So strengthen the shoulders as you pull back, really squeeze. Arch and round. Strengthen the shoulders, pull back, really squeeze. Arch and round. From there, straighten both legs, take the hands to the hips. Shimmy your feet to face the top of the mat. So you might just step them round. Both feet facing the top of the mat, and you've got a bit of space. So you're kind of hip width rather than on a tightrope. A little softness to the knees. Hinge forwards, so fold all the way forwards, coming forwards and down. If you have blocks, you can use blocks. And then your hands come to the floor. And when you're there, maybe you can straighten the legs, or maybe you stay with the legs slightly bent. You decide. So it should be quite a stretch through the back of both legs, but more so maybe that right leg. Relax the body forwards. If you have blocks, it just gives you a nice way to kind of lengthen the arms. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And wriggle the left foot a bit further back so you can rest the left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Take a moment here and then reach the arms out wide. So they come out to the sides. Left arm goes underneath the right arm, eagle wrap. So that twist, left arm under right. Grab a thumb or a finger, whatever you can hold on to keep that bind. Now from there, try and lift, imagine a diagonal line away from the chest up to the top of the wall in front of you. So this kind of line up and away. You're going to reach the arms there and feel that stretch come into the back of the shoulders. So you can look towards the hands, they're reaching up and away. From that up and away stretch, start to look up to the ceiling and slightly arch back. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. Carefully bring that back to center. Take the arms out to the side. Inhale, take them up to the sky. And then exhale, bring both hands down and kick your right leg back. So left knee stays down, just the right leg reaches back. It's the heel that's driving back. Take the left arm out in front of you. Now bring the knee and the elbow together. As you do that, the right toes can point, but then when you kick back, it's the heel that drives away. So imagine you're trying to kick the wall behind you. Bring the knee and the elbow together and go really slow. Drive the right heel back. Bring the knee and the elbow together. Drive and kick the right heel back. Hold that for 5. Pull the waist in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, right knee down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths there. I'm just going to spin around so I can see you, but stay where you are, pushing down through the hands and lifting back up through the hips. And we take it to the left. So reach the left leg high. Bring the left knee into the chest and step that left foot forwards, a high lunge to start with. So we're reaching the arms up and just get comfortable in that right hip. So take a bit of time here. Make sure that your right hip is coming as far forwards as your left. So from the side, if you could X-ray vision through my hips, you'd see both hip bones in one line. Interlace the hands, hold behind the head. Slightly lift up, but lean the weight of the head back into the hands. Allow the collarbones and the chest to open. Trust yourself, you're not putting much weight back. Your legs are strong, they've got the majority of your body weight. It's just a slight tilt back. Arms lift up to the sky. Back to high lunge. Turn the right toes out, warrior 2. So stretch out into your warrior 2 and push yourself to take that left knee a bit further forward so you can see here, hopefully a bit of a right angle at the back of the left knee. Tuck the tailbone, so pull in through the waist. Imagine that corset kind of coming in, tightening round. Interlace the hands behind the back. Reach the knuckles away from you and open the chest. Now straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes in. So both toes are a little in. You're a bit pigeon-toed. Release the hands this time. Reach the arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward. So reach the hands down to the floor. And then when you find the floor, walk the hands away. So you're stretching the arms away, pushing the hips up and back. So it's like downward facing dog, but you have wide stance between the feet. So really push into the ground, really root down through the feet. and lift back and up through the hips. Feel that stretch through the shoulders, down the backs of the legs, maybe into the side of the waist. Breathe in and breathe out. Walk the hands back in. Roll up to standing. And then when you come all the way up, slightly sticking the toes out and bringing the heels in. So again, we can go wide in the legs. Arms out to the side this time. Rest the right elbow, left arm comes up and over. Try your best not to let the hips lift, they stay low. Take it to the other side. So strength in the lower body and space through the side of the body. You've got one more each side, stay low in the legs. Keep the knees reaching out, glutes are on. This will be a last one over to the left. And rise up. Shimmy your feet around, step around so that both feet face the top of your mat, hands to the hips. And again here, if you could x-ray vision through, my hips are in one line. Slight softness to the knees, make it easier to start with. Fold forwards, hinging forwards. Hands come to blocks or to the ground. And you fold into that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drop the weight of the head. Let the weight of the body pour forwards. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you can, then you start to think about straightening. Should feel it, or might feel it down the backs of both legs, but a little more so on the left. And then you're just going to lightly step the right foot back slightly so you can rest the right knee to the floor. Point the right toes and reach the arms up to the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the arms out wide. And then this time it's the right arm that comes underneath the left arm. So you have that funny eagle wrap through the arms. And then think about lifting them up and away. So you're trying to pull the shoulder blades apart on the upper back. Try to stretch the shoulder blades wide. Keep the waist pulling in. Really feel that space through the back of the shoulders. And then let that go. Take the arms out to the side. Inhale. And up to the sky. Exhale. Hands down to the floor. Right knee stays as your balance. Left leg kicks back. So all fours, but we just have the left leg off the floor with the heel driving away, remember? So like you could kick to the back wall, not point, kick. Opposite arm, so right arm comes forwards, inhale. Exhale, go slow, pull elbow and knee together. Hold yourself, find your balance, and then drive the left heel away. Find the glute engagement as you drive that away. Pull in and drive away. Drive high. Feel the back of the leg and the hip working. Round in. Drive high. Last one, round in. Drive and hold. Keep that left leg reaching back. Keep the right arm reaching forwards, pulling in through the waist for 3, 2, on 1. Right hand down, left knee down. Both toes tuck and stretch back into downward facing dog. Take 3 big breaths in and out. In and out. One more in and out. Walk the feet forwards. Come into a forward fold. Softness through the knees, so a nice deep forward fold. Almost able to rest the chest, rest the belly on the thighs. No gap between the belly and the thighs. And then from there, round up through the spine. Take your time, round up, roll up. Nice and slowly. Coming all the way to standing, relaxing the arms down by the side, close the eyes and just stand tall. Take a few breaths, push down into the feet, the toes, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Lift through the inner arches, collarbones wide. Shoulders not forced, but slightly drawing back. So space across the chest. And weight really even through the feet. So notice, maybe you sway a couple of times from left to right and then catch yourself somewhere in the middle. So you truly feel like the weight is nice and balanced. And then you can maybe do the same forwards and back as well. So have a little rock from your heels to your toes, heels to your toes, and then find that middle ground. From there, you're going to send all your weight into the left foot and bring the right foot into a very low tree. So it's only going to come to the inside of the ankle, hands into prayer. See if you can work that right knee further out to the side. That's it. So instead of being forwards, it's out to the side. Then reach both arms up, take them up and find space between the hands. Palms face into one another. So still up to the sky, but space between the hands. Softness across the shoulders. So just fix your gaze, either something on the floor a few feet ahead of you or on the wall ahead of you. Then your right hand is going to come down and lightly rest on the back of the right thigh. And your left arm is going to reach up taller and slightly lean over to the right. So there's a slight side bend through the left. It's going to change your balance. Encourage you to stretch that left side. Taking your time, breathing, don't hold the breath. Slowly bring it back. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then bring the hands into prayer. Really super slow. Switch it over. So just really no fuss. Place the right foot down. Bring the left foot in. Pulling that left knee out. Pulling it out engages the back of the hip. Reach the arms up and away. So first of all, just find space between the hands, space across the chest. And then we slowly take the left hand down, rest it on the left thigh, and reach the right arm over to the left. So there's this side bend through the right side. Opening the right side body. Holding for 3. For 2. And 1. Slowly come back up. Bring the hands into prayer, plant both feet down. I'm just going to go sideways so you can maybe work this out a bit better. Balancing on the right leg, bend the left knee. Take the left hand out to the side. My palm is open to the left side of the room, not facing away. Thumb is up to the sky, palm is open. Reach for the inside of the ankle. And you can always use furniture. You can always balance against something to start with. You're going to reach the right arm up to the sky if you're not using it to balance. Lean forwards as you reach that left leg back. So it's a pivot motion. Like a lot of the balances, it's a pivot on the hips. You're leaning forwards and stretching back, but use the furniture, and sometimes it's nice to push against something so you know you're stable, you know you're safe, you're not going to go anywhere, and then you can really work on the shape and kicking away. Don't be afraid to do that. Improvise where you want to use supports. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it back. And just release that down. Give a bit of a shake out between those two. So weight down into the left leg. Bend the right knee. Right hand like you're waving over to the right side of the room. Come down for the inside of the ankle. Take the left arm up. When you're ready, pivot on the hips. As much as you pour the weight forwards, kick that right leg back. Find a stretch through the right thigh. Open through the shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more breath. Slowly take your time. And place the right foot down. Reach both arms up to the sky. Big inhale. Big exhale. Swing the arms forwards and down. Bend the knees. Give the head a shake out. Nod yes. Wriggle side to side no. Push down into the hands. Step back into downward facing dog. So really, again, focusing on lengthening the heels away, not touching the floor, just lengthening them away. Pushing down into the hands. Strength through one shoulder at a time. So stay in your downward facing dog position. You take your left hand to the lower back. So just the right hand is taking the upper body strength. Try and relax the head. Try not to compensate too much and dump all the way over to the right. Try and keep the body in an even position. Pushing down into that right hand. See if you can push the right hand down more. Lengthen the right arm. And then switch. Bring the left hand down. Push into the left hand and bring the right hand to the lower back. Push down into the left hand. Lengthen the left arm. Holding for 2. Holding for 1. Bring the right hand down. Rest both knees to the floor. And then your right foot, so at the moment your right foot is directly behind the right knee. Just take it slightly out to the right so that when I look down now, I can see my right ankle sticking out to the side. Take your left leg back and reach your left arm up. You'll know if you're there because it'll feel stronger in your side plank if that foot's kind of back a little. I'm going to hold that there. Take those top fingertips, wrap them round underneath the body, stretch through, cross under the body, reach across to the wall. Unravel, lift up, open the chest. Exhale, bring it through, reach under the body and really try and twist. Pull the waist in as you twist. So work through the center body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it round and through. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it round and through. And then just place your left hand to the top of the mat. Big step, left foot to the outside of the left hand. So bring it all the way to the top of the mat. And then you're going to reach the arm up to the sky, both arms up to the sky, lifting up. Take your left hand to the left hip. Right arm reaches up and over. So there's a side bend stretch through the right side of the body. Really find that stretch and space into the side body there. And then come back up to center. Take both arms out to the side. So stretch the arms out wide. Spin, right arm forwards, left arm back. So you're in a twist. Right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh. Bring yourself further into that twist. Your left hand, take it as if you were sliding it in your pocket trousers, like pockets on the very back of your trousers. Hold it there. Reach the right arm up to the sky. And slightly arch back. So you open through the front of the body a bit, but you have the support of that left hand. Reach the right fingers up tall. And then windmill both hands down to the inside of the left foot. Either keep the back knee down or tuck the toes and lift the knee. Moving that right hip forwards. Opening through the right hip. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lift onto your fingertips. So not the palms of the hands, lift onto the fingertips and look forwards. So you can open forwards more through the chest. If you have blocks, you can come even higher because you can use blocks beneath the hands. Opening through the front of the body, long stretch through that right hip. Breathe in for 3. And 2. And 1. Slowly push both hands down, step it back, take the left knee back. And this time it's the left foot you kick slightly out to the side so you're more stable. Take the right leg back and reach the right arm up. So opposite side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring that hand underneath the body and reach for the far side of the room. So there's a twist through the center body. Use the obliques, use the waist. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round and almost pull yourself into that twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and pull yourself into that. Inhale. And exhale. Then you're going to bring the right hand to the top of the mat. Big step, right foot to the outside of the right hand. And just reach both arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Right hand, right hip, and lean over to the right. So find that stretch into the side body. That's the side of the waist we've just worked, so it should feel good to stretch out that side. And bring it back, both arms out wide. Spin it round so the left hand comes forward, right hand comes back. Left hand to the outside of the thigh. And reach further into that twist. Take the right hand like you're sliding it into pockets on the back of your trousers. Reach the left arm up to the sky and come into a slight back bend, but a real chance to open through that left hip, the left shoulder. And then both hands windmill down to the top of the mat inside of that right foot. And either the toes tuck and the back knee lifts, or you just move that left hip forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then try and lift your fingertips so that you can come up more with the chest. So instead of being here, really try and open forwards. And if you're on blocks, you can even lift them depending how stable your blocks are. You can even come all the way up to give a really nice big open through that hip, but it depends what you have available. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath. And exhale. And then just pushing into the hands, take your right knee back, both knees back, tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, stretching the heels away. Take a nice long breath, bring yourself forwards to a plank. Lower all the way down to the floor. When you get there, baby cobra, just squeeze the shoulder blades to lift the chest and open the chest forwards. Exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. For one more, roll it forwards. Come all the way down, rest all the way down. Point the toes back. Lift the chest slightly off the floor. Bring the hands to the top of the head. Thumb and first finger to touch so you have a triangle. Reach that triangle away. Strengthen the back of the shoulders and then pull it back. Reach away. And pull it back, keeping the chest off the floor. 3 more, reach and bring it back. Reach and bring it back. Last one, reach and bring it back. Hands down, back to all fours. Walk the knees forwards and just come and have a seat. So cross the legs, take the legs out wide then into a big wide V shape. Pull the toes back, hands just behind the hips. Lift the seat bones off the floor so the weight's in my hands and shimmy your hips forwards so you get more of a stretch through the inner thighs. Walk both hands over to the left. Pull the waist in, try and sit tall and then lean it forwards over to the left foot. So your hands are either side of the shin or the foot. You're just trying to pull yourself forward. So relax the right foot and pull yourself over to the left. Bow the head in. Relax the back of the shoulders. If you want more of a stretch through the right side of the body, bring both hands over the left foot and outside. So instead of being here, you reach over past that foot so you get more stretch here through that right side shoulder, right side lower back. Might be too much, but if you want to, you can go there. Big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly just roll up in your seat and just spin your focus over to the other side, and we fold it forwards over that right leg. So start coming down quite evenly over the right leg. So first of all, just there's going to be a stretch in the hamstring and maybe through the lower back. Start off there. And then maybe the hands lift over and you come over to that right side if you want to, or you just stay reaching over to the right foot. And then you slowly bring it up. Keep the legs as they are. Take the hands to the side of the head. So sit really tall and try and imagine you're looking at yourself side on. So if I was you guys, you're watching your spine and you're leaning forwards as far as you can with a flat back. So you go to wherever you can. When you get to a place where you feel like you can't go any further, you're just going to hold it here. Try and keep the elbows back. So probably can feel it in the thighs, maybe backs of the shoulders. See if you can reach the arms up to the sky without letting the arms come further forwards than the ears. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can let yourself just come forwards into a normal fold. So let the body come forwards. Relax through the legs. Soften forwards through the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. Try and relax from the feet, the knees, the hips. If you do have blocks to hand, you can always put the blocks underneath your forehead so you have somewhere to rest. It's quite nice to be able to rest down and you can let the weight of the body pour forwards then. And then we'll slowly rise up. So just push into the hands, walk yourself all the way back up. Hold behind the backs of the knees and just bring the legs in. And a spin to face you. So my left shin is coming down on the floor, so it's parallel to the top of the mat. Right foot is coming on top of the left knee, and I'm trying to put that knee down on top of the foot. So a complete stack. Now, if they don't fully stack and you have blocks, or you can grab a pillow and you can like fill the gap, if you will. So if they don't block, you can fill with whatever you have, a jumper, a block. You might think, I was going to swear, you might think you might not fill the gap and you might just be really mad, but you're just going to try and stay there and send that right hip over the ankle. And you can slightly tilt forwards. Again, I'm trying to tilt forwards with quite a straight spine, trying not to round too much as I come forwards. If you're not feeling it and it's too hard, just cross the legs over one another like so, like we've done before, and lean forwards into that. If you can stack them, it's just a nice variation. So coming forwards. But you really do want to, you can check this yourself, you want ankle on knee, knee on ankle, as much as you can. Coming forwards. So that should be hitting your right hip. Sit up, but keep the legs as they are. Take the right arm up to the sky, bend the right elbow, and then your left hand is going to come up behind the lower back. Maybe you can reach, if you can't quite reach, grab your t-shirt and start thinking about the fingers getting closer to one another, reaching that right elbow to the sky. Depending how you feel through the hips, you might then bring that forwards. You might be quite happy just sat upright, or you might bring that forwards. It's up to you. 3 more breaths. Okay, on that last one, slowly release arms and then release legs, and just give both legs a good shake out. So give them a bit of a wriggle around. And then we're going other side. So it's the right shin that comes down first of all. That's parallel to the front of the mat. And we're placing the left on top. So if that left knee doesn't come down, just stuff something in that gap. Could be your jumper, a block, anything that can fill that space. And then we're tilting forwards. Sometimes do that in pigeon, we block it up. And I don't know how many of you have been to a chiropractor, but some people use that, some therapists use it as a technique to realign the spine and the pelvis. They block you up and then they leave you in a set position for a while. So I guess which is really what yoga is. It's trying to put you in correct alignment and then let your body adapt to that. There's no point in just manipulating your body into something and then not giving the soft tissue chance to adapt. That's why it's sometimes better to go slow and give your muscles and your tissues chance to acknowledge or kind of register the shapes. Rise all the way up. Take your left arm up to the sky. Bend the left elbow, right arm comes up behind the back. You might grab on one side and you might not grab on the other side. Don't be mad, that sometimes happens. You can stay there or you can lean it forwards. You decide. We're holding for 4 breaths. Don't rush them. 3 breaths. See if you can move the rib cage as you breathe. Next one is your last one. And then we'll slowly release out of that. Take the hands, lift your legs out of that, give them a shake, give them a wriggle around, and then just spin round so you have space to lie back on your mat. We'll come all the way down to the floor. Arms are down by the side. Bend the knees, plant the feet, arms down to the ground. Push into your hands, pull the shoulder blades back. So you might even feel the chest lift. I want you to try and push the shoulders down into the floor, drive down into the feet, lift your hips up to the sky. So squeeze your glutes on, lengthen the knees away from you, push down into the feet, lift up through the hips, squeeze the hips strong through the back of the hips, pull the belly button in, push down into the arms, push down into the shoulders, the hands. We're holding for 5. Lifting higher for 4. And 3. And 2. On 1. Roll that down to the ground. Rest your hips. Stretch the left leg out. Bring the right knee in. Kick the right leg up to the sky. Hold behind the thigh. Feel that hamstring stretch. You can take your hands wherever you like. You might walk them up to the back of the calf, or you might keep them around the heel. You decide, wherever you can feel that stretch, whilst keeping your head down on the floor. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Switch it over. Just slowly take that right leg away. Bring the left knee in, interlace and stretch. Maybe up the calf to the ankle, or maybe they stay around the thigh. Breathing in here and breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Slowly let that leg go long. Take the arms out to the side nice and wide if you have the space. Bend the knees and then walk the feet to the edges of your mat. So knees point up, feet push down. Drop both knees over to the left and gaze to the right. So there's a full stretch through that right side. Long stretch through the right hip. Try and work the right knee down to the floor on the left side of the room, left side of your mat. And bring it back through center. Take both knees over to the right, gaze over to the left, push that left knee down over to the right. So really do the intention of sending that knee down to the floor. So you get a real long stretch through that left hip. And then come back to center. Keep the feet as wide as they are. Let the knees rock into one another. So that'll be a strong stretch through the thighs, I think. Your feet are probably quite wide. But just hold that stretch. Breathe with it for 3. Big exhale. For 2. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. And then just stretch your left leg out to the left bottom corner of your yoga mat. Right foot to your right hand bottom corner of the yoga mat. Both hands come down onto the belly and just stay here. Breathe in, feel the belly rise. And breathe out, feel the belly soften and fall. Breathe in, let it rise. And breathe out, let it fall. Notice how easy it is to find your focus, maybe compared to the start of the class when we're a little bit more distracted, there's a little bit more going on. Notice the sensation of where your heels meet the floor, your calves, the backs of the hips, backs of the shoulders, down the arms to the elbows. Coming back, feel the movement beneath the hands. The movement into the chest. Softness around the shoulders and the neck. Relax the jaw and around the eyes. Just soften. Easy breath. And maybe as you lie here, start to hear the small sounds of things going on, maybe further in the house, maybe outside in the garden. So you become a bit more present of the space you're in. You come out of that yoga zone where all that matters is your own movement and your own breath. And you come back into the here and now. Let your toes wriggle in space. Point and flex the ankles a couple of times. Roll the ankles. Roll the wrists. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Hands interlace them, prayer heart center, and reach them back and up. So you're still lying down. There's just this full body stretch, reaching the palms of the hands away, pointing the toes. Make yourself as long as you possibly can. And then pull the knees in, make a small ball shape. You can lift the head, neck, shoulders off the floor. And it's up to you. You can either just rock it straight up into a seat, or you can come onto your side. You decide, just meet us in a seated position with the hands down on the knees. That slight pull back through the shoulders, not forced, but creating some lift and some space across the collarbones. Sinking down into the seat bones, lifting tall through the crown of the head. A real softness across the shoulders. And then just bring your hands in. Maybe place both hands on the chest, so just onto the chest, the heart center, and feel the chest rise as you inhale and soften as you exhale. Keeping that easy breath with you throughout the day. Rise as you inhale. Soften as you exhale. And just silently or out loud, thanking yourself for practice, for making the time to slow down, to come and move, all of that stuff. Namaste. Well done. I will see some of you in the morning. Good stuff.
Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome, Alison.
I'll sort out payment later.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's...
Yeah.
Oh, Lily! Stop it! Rude. Just go and let her out. Lily! Come here! What are you doing? It's just me. Come on. What are you doing? Sometimes.
Thanks, Jess.
Thanks, Jess.
Oi!
There's a rabbit out there.
I won't be there much longer. You stop
Or a
it.
squirrel.
You're so grumpy. You're so grumpy.
Oh,
You're so grumpy. You're so grumpy. She says.
He's massive now.
Last night was the first night. So she's always slept in a cage in the garage, always, since she was little. And Dad was like, last night is the night she was in the kitchen in front of the Arga.
Oh.
Upgraded to the penthouse from the staff quarters in the garage. Yeah. All right.
That's her. She'll be ruling the
Thank
roost
you.
now.
She already bloody rules the roost. That was the only thing that we had under control, and now it's gone. And this is the aftermath.
Well, Stanky's on our bed. Our little dog is on the bed there, fast asleep.
Yeah.